Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy. We funk thinking right out here in my lab. What do I do for you? Oh, I got something nice for you today. Hope you enjoy this one. I'm going back old school, but we're gonna be in school. Let's go. Right is in 25 rules to live by. Storytelling. Story with a message in the story for life. I give life lessons. You seem to enjoy it because you tune in to receive them. I hope they're working out for you. Let's do what we do. I appreciate you. Right thing is mission, and that's what I'm on. Is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thing is way of life through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to attain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission to have all right thinkers do just that, know themselves. I'm gonna give you everything you need to make that happen. That's why I do what I do. It's for you. Let's go. The question now is, do you know you? If not, stay tuned. I'll help you with that too. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them, don't be them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. I could teach them. Stay tuned. That's what I do. What I do is for you. If you want to learn, I got you. A person who knows not and believes that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows but knows not that they know is asleep. I can awaken them with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons, it reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself. And to my eye, be true. When I say I'm going old school, I mean I'm picked up. I went in my library and I'm doing some stuff. I'm bringing back. This is the first book that I started teaching from about 15 years ago. Just like I think book number 3 or 4, but I don't want to do a few of them. But at one time, this was my Bible. So I took you my first lesson when I was at my old spot, time slot on Saturday mornings. Can you feel this? I took you chapter by chapter. So I taught, at a college level, but I taught for an hour-long class. It won't be that long, but I'm gonna try to give a few lessons in here. Hope you can get to understand it because I'm gonna break a few things down for you as I read. This is how I started out. So hope you enjoy this concept. Let's go. This title is we're on chapter 7 from the book Egyptian Yoga. And we on chapter 7. I'm not gonna go through all of those stuff, but I'm trying to, like I said, I try to keep the meat and potatoes. So let's get right to the point. In order to understand the hidden meaning of symbols, y'all call them hieroglyphics. We call it measuring letters. What is symbols? Watch this. And it's necessary to understand what the symbols are and a complete understanding. That's the difference. Complete understanding of the principles behind their usage. It don't make sense to know what the sign is, symbol is, and the aunt. Everybody know what it is. Can you break it down? Can you explain it? Do you know the purpose and the reason behind it? The ancients used that as a symbol of life. Okay? This section that I'm about to read now will not attempt to give a complete rendering of each ancient Egyptian symbol because there's too many. Okay? Since this would require almost a lifetime of studying, and I've already put 30 some odd years in, there's still some things that I'm still learning. So trust me, yeah, it's a lifelong adventure going that route. But the most important ancient Egyptian symbols and a basic insight into the universal wisdom behind the symbols so that a student, which I was, may begin to what? Decipher their meanings for yourself. Okay? Due to the nature of the study of symbols, this entire volume will introduce various symbols as we progress with our study of Egyptian yoga. That's what my thing of philosophy is based on. This is where I come from. This is my home base. So understand this. Now, the previous quotation by Dionysus on the page, I didn't read it. It provides us with what? Insight on the nature and purpose and dangers of what? Creating images of the divine for the purpose of worshiping. Thou shalt have no graven images of me. That's where they got the concept from. But we already knew you don't do that. We represented God with a stick, so no. But when we gave the aspects of him, we gave them character. We brought them to life so we could study, emulate, and mimic them philosophically. Okay? Making images of God in human likeness can be either helpful or dangerous for the followers. When you misunderstand and misinterpret what's being presented to you, that's the danger of anything that's being taught. There's two sides to it. Now, the mind, watch this, is a wonderful tool, but it is easily indulged in what? Emotions, and develops attachments to that which it understands, and develops fear toward that which it does not. You have two things going on in your brain. You got memory, you got imagination. When you're intaking and downloading new information, if it logs in with what you pretty much remember or think or got going on, it falls in. If it don't, I don't know what that is. We reject things that we don't know. That's human nature. But if you open your mind, calm down, relax, and take in the new information, you can always compare it to what you already have. You don't judge it while you take it in. You take it in, you understand it, decipher it, and then you compare it to what you already have. If the information that you're getting matches what you already have, you didn't get enlightened. They didn't do nothing. But if what the information you got don't match what you already have, that means something different. It could mean you need to be learning something other than what you already know. That's why, as a student in life, I'm always open to learn something new. Simple. I don't know everything. Just know me. So don't get it twisted. Now, the mind, watch this. Is the one when we did that wonderful tour. No, here you go. No, which is understand developed towards it does not. Okay. Now, the danger arises when the mind becomes fixed on what? The image rather than the essence. That's like listening to the story. And when, well, did it really happen? Y'all don't ask the biblical concepts, did it really happen? Because if you knew, you'd have been known a long time ago that these allegorical, mythological stories, but nobody questioned that. But you question mine. I tell you something. I'm going to let you know that ahead of time. Okay, it's to teach. That's the purpose. And the essence, watch this. The danger rises when the mind becomes fixed on what? The image, and rather than the essence of the symbolic meaning of the deity to be worshipped. Go on, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna keep reading. Now, instead of worshiping those qualities again and developing them in oneself, again, I keep telling you, knowing, understanding, learning, and then what? Develop them in yourself. And what it tells you, the worshiper, watch this, might believe that those qualities belong to the statue or the painting or are for some special person who lived long ago. They do not realize, watch this, that the symbols such as, here we go, my boy, Haru, Christians know him as Christ, Indians got Buddha. They are symbols, watch this, they are symbols of the qualities which lie deep within what? Every individual. Not somewhere out there, but right in here inside each one of us. So to be Haru, the ancients, to be Christ, Christians, and to be Buddha, Indian, all of them take the same qualities, the same qualifications to reach that level. So whatever you call it, it still takes the same thing to get it, to reach it. Again, that's the point. So the wise, watch this. So the wise sage chose images that were so far from the norm that the detachment-oriented human mind would not get hung up on the picture again, and thereby concentrate on what? The meaning. For example, the hawk is the symbol of Haru. We ain't going, that's another lesson, but let's go with this thing. The hawk is the symbol of Haru, the god of light, vision and speed. Hawk is the fastest flying bird, got the keenest eyesight. Okay, he can fly up into the sun, seems to be going back to his father. Ra, the sun. When looking at the hawk, watch this, we should be immediately drawn to those qualities, the vision, the tenacity, and the speed and the freedom of Haru, etc. Get it? That's what it symbolizes. Remember, we're big on symbols. I'd rather show you my eye. You already know what that means. Okay? Same thing with the hawk for the Egyptians. Now, watch this. Symbols have great psychological significance. Why? Because without them, there would be no responsibility for the mind to exist. The mind has a job, okay, to function and interact with creation. hmm And a deeper examination of symbols reveals what? That they are more than just representations of images or ideas. Nature, you use nature to make points philosophically. You can prove everything through nature. The human mind, watch this, understands things by what? First making what? A mental picture. Everything is mental of it. And then what? You associate that mental concept with other ideas and thoughts. Again, you're going to integrate a concept that's taught to you. And if it don't match what you already have on your data, you, again, you have to be open to taking new information conceptually. That's what makes the difference. Now, when we think of a chair, what's a perfect example? We think of a chair. A three-dimensional mental image just appears in our mind as that to what a chair looks like. We do not think of the letters that make up the word chair. Therefore, it most efficiently and quickly convey what? An idea or a thought. And the symbols are far superior to written forms of communication. They tell you a picture is worth 1,000 words. Look at that guy there. There's a few telltale signs that you can see that, yeah, see, with the picture. It'd take me a whole long time to tell you about that guy. From you just looking at him, there's a whole lot of stuff that you had to hear to know that. So, yeah, symbols are immediate concepts, all right? Where we at? Okay, now, after reading this book, watch this. The reader will find that having learned about what? The symbols, just at just a glance at them will convey an idea. Again, 1,000 words spoken in one picture. Now, thoughts and feelings associated with them, when we understand that we are what? Not the body, but we are spirits, spiritual beings that's in the human flesh. We have spiritual beings having human experience. We're not the body. The body stays here. The spirit goes back home if it get enlightened. You know the concept. But watch this. We are not the body, but spirits. It becomes obvious, watch this, that all our mental notions are only elaborate symbols that we can identify with within our consciousness. Watch this. Now, in fact, all the objects in creation are really symbols or ideas, not absolute realities. Another lesson, but that's the concept. Therefore, symbols are what? A vital key to understanding the workings of the mind and the nature of existence. In Egypt, in Egyptian mythology and philosophy, as well as in other mythological and philosophical systems, Egypt, they're not the only one, everybody had one, even Christians. It is often, listen, necessary to what? Separate cultures, may shed light, in many cases, symbols from seemingly separate cultures may shed light on the meaning of a particular symbol. The Indians had their signs and symbols, the Thai and Hindus had theirs. Everybody had their reason and symbol. But watch this. Here's the symbol that's universal. Here's the film right here. I'm gonna go on. Okay. Everybody recognize that hawk. Okay. The most remote from the most remote times of Egypt, the symbol of the hawk was used to what? Represent the all-encompassing divinity, aka God, the supreme being, the creator of all things. That was the symbol that signified God. He was omnipotent, omnipresence, omniscience. The hawk is also the symbol of what? Our human souls. You see me doing this I did in a while, but when the body ceases to exist, the spirit, time to go. Sprout his wings like Red Bull, have wings. The spirit have wings. Okay? The implication is that the supreme being, again, and the human soul are what? Identical. Again, that's a long time ago. But watch this. Here, Haru, the hawk, is shown holding the shin, the symbol of eternity, and the ankh, the symbol of life. So the spirit holds the key to life and eternity. That's what he's signifying. When you see him like that, when he got this over his head, that's right. I got a few more signs here, but I'm going down to the next one. Let me do this right quick. You got the hieroglyphics, the sim, the sema, or the sema, S-E-M-A, or you can spell it S-M-A-I, sema, okay? It represents the union of two lungs. The trachea symbolizes that the union of the two higher and lower selves leads to one. Remember that? You got the trachea coming together with the lungs. Chest, breathing apparatus, that's what that is. Then you got the next hieroglyph. It's called the Nefer, N-E-F-E-R, closer to the pronunciation of what? Netter. Only letter changes the F to the T. It's expressed by what? The union of the heart and the trachea. Again, the breathing apparatus to get to the heart. You see that long line coming down. It's the sound on the side, but boy, I get this PowerPoint thing I can do is a lot better. But hope you get the concept. All right, here we go. But now the Nefer is the heart and the trachea. It symbolizes that which is the most beautiful thing, which is the highest good, the greatest achievement. We call it the sun and bonum, the supreme good, the greater good. Okay, that's what the Nefer represents. Now you got the hieroglyph of the Ankh. It symbolizes the union of the what? The cross, which is the male phallus, and the circle, which is the female ovary. It's aspects of oneness, leading to what? The transformation into what? Androgynous being. Thus, the two become one. When a male and a female get together, when they have intercourse, they trying to become one. Conception. All right. The hieroglyph and my favorite is Hotep, spelled H-E-T-E-P. They didn't use vowels, so it would be spelled in ancient times H-T-P. That's Hotep. That's the supreme peace, the final abode of all who satisfy what desires, the desires of the soul, union with itself, becoming enlightened, reaching Nihas, reaching Horushood, Christhood, anointed, whatever you want to call it. But when you reach that level, you become Hotep, you reach supreme peace. If you flip it, PTH is Ptah without the vowels. So this letter that they use both ways, ancients understood that. Let's get right quick here. Let's do the childhood. I got one more left so I can get out of here. Let me read this to you right quick. You ever see the hawk with the Uranus on his head, sun disk with the serpent on top? That's Ra. The Uranus is a halo, or they call it Horushood, and for more Christians, Christhood. Always been there. Watch this. The word Christ is not nobody's name. Christ is not a name, but a title. Sage is not a name, it's a title. Doctor is not a name, it's a title. Judge is not a name, it's a title. Get it? Like vice president is a title. Christ means he or she whose head is anointed with oil. How do your head get anointed with oil? because that's the crystals that rise up the 33 spinal column up until your pineal gland and enlightens. That's the crystals. That's what makes you Christ-like. I done gave that lesson a few times over. I'm trying to keep from getting annoyed. It also means the anointed one. When the oil, when your head is anointed with the oil, that means you reach Nihas, spiritual awakening. You are the anointed one. Watch this. You become Haru, sage, saint, Buddha, Christ, Krishna, etc. All terms or names, titles to describe what? The same thing. I tell you about the names. Haruhood or Christhood refers to the certain qualities exhibited by the mythological or the historical personalities as symbols representing the potential state of what? Enlightenment of every sentient being in the universe. I mean, every individual has the opportunity to become spiritually enlightened, to know themselves. That's the lesson for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Become my man Haru, or for you Christians, Christ-like, to make a difference to me. But the things you got to do that to make it happen, it's all in Right Thinkers Warehouse. So I can get you there also. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I'll be back. Thank you.